Votes right now for the 8th annual Baltimore Music Awards.
The Baltimore Music Awards is something that's thrown every year to acknowledge you. Yes, you out there for your talents and your efforts and your achievements that you do.
You decide the winners in this 2018 competition.
Every year when it comes to music, entertainment, radio personality, model, or from any of that perspective, we're here to celebrate you. And it's funny because when this first started 8 years ago, a lot of people thought that it couldn't happen.
The 8th annual Baltimore Music Awards.
We need to acknowledge our people out there, but in our own community, it was something needed.
Watch the results show Sunday, December the 16th at 12 noon via RadioOnFire.com or BaltimoreMusicAwards.com. Three. This is RadioOnFire.com. Yours truly, Dominic K. in here. Is this thing on?
Yes.
All right, good. Thank you. Of course, we are broadcasting from the Radio on Fire studios here in Baltimore, Maryland. And I had a good last couple of days. I was in New York Thursday. It was Thursday, right?
Yep.
And so I was up there taking care of some business. And DJing, one of the things I do well. I do a lot of things well, but DJing is one of the things that I do well as well. Does that sounds crazy? So it's cold, very, very cold in New York. So I got off the train. You're right at Times Square. You get off the train, so that's always good. So people just walking around, it's crazy. They moving fast. Did I say it was cold already? Said it was cold. Went instantly and got a bowl of chili. And I ate and just regrouped, thawed out a little bit. And then I took the M train to Queens, which is where I had to DJ. And so first I went to the wrong station. Then it's funny because I went to the wrong station. I go down into the terminal. There's somebody supposed to help you, behind the glass. He's on the phone talking to his girl or some girl he's trying to make his girl. And so he's on the phone. He's running his mouth, da-da-da-da-da. So I'm standing there just chilling, standing in front of him. Oh, excuse me, sir. So he's facing me. It's not like he's facing another way. He's facing me. And he finally kind of, hold on a minute. Yeah, what's up, man? And I said, is this where I catch the M train? He was like, no. Well, can you tell me where I catch the M train? And he says, yeah, go back up them steps, go to the right. It's on 6th Street. Yeah, baby, something. Thank you. So anyway, but it was exactly like he said. Went up the steps, hit the right, and it was right there. I literally walked into it. So catch the M train. So while I'm waiting so a train comes first. I'm going to get on. I follow the pack. I'm going to get on the train. I was like, oh snap! This train says F train. So right when I'm going to get on it, I'm like, nah, I ain't get on this train. And instantly the doors shut because I didn't get on the train. And I thought about, if you're in Prince, I'll marry you from Coming to America.
Really?
But I just instantly thought about that. Instantly. But so got off, waited for the M train, got the M train. And I was wondering, I had some snacks in my bag. And I wanted to eat some of the snacks, but I thought about it. So the last time in Baltimore that I ate snacks waiting to get on the train, out of nowhere, a police officer comes and writes me a citation. Has this ever happened to you before?
No.
$50. I ate 2 grapes. And then he looked like, those look good? And I was like, yeah, they are good. He said, what did that say right there? And I turned, I was like, no E on the... This is not even a train. He was like, or the property. I'm going to need to see some ID. Writes me a ticket for $50. All right, so I did not eat my snacks because everything up there cost more, so it could have been $150.
Well, were there any signs up on the train though?
No.
Okay.
All of the signs, and here's why I'm telling the story. All of the signs that were up said, M train will stop running at certain times because we're getting ready to do construction. And so I'm like, oh shit, I hope it's not the day. So they were like, they're going to start doing construction on the train the next day, which was the 7th. So I'm like, all right, cool. It's not the day. Go there, get off in Queens. So Queens, where I got off at, looked mad hood. But I was cool. I'm from the hood, so it was no problem. Anyway, so I get off. I'm in Queens. I had to, a driver was supposed to pick me up. But I was like, fuck all that, right? How many blocks is it? Put the thing in there. Okay, so I just started walking. So it was like 7 blocks. Not no big deal. Walked the 7 blocks. Yes, I had turntables. Not a big deal. Go into the place, do my set, see some DJs that I know, some other people that are famous people, and whatever, did my set, politics, all that kind of stuff. Boom. Now it's time to leave, but I want to make sure that I don't miss my train coming back to Baltimore, because that's important. You don't want to miss the train coming back. And so my train coming back was at 3:25 a.m. So all the people at the party was like, damn, for real, you leaving tonight? Yeah, I'm not staying with you niggas. No, I'm not staying here. I'm leaving. Okay, so I was trying to time it right because, mind you, I have to go back on the M train. I wanted to leave room to get lost or anything, get something to eat, whatever. I normally am late for everything, but I wanted to make sure I was on time because I was not trying to spend the night in New York because I wasn't prepared. Didn't bring no change of clothes, nothing. So, go back up, catch the M train. Come back up, it's really cold. It was like low 20s, right? Train is not fucking coming. But I wait out there like 10 minutes, train comes. Boom, get on the train. What does the train say? I know, you don't know.
What does it say?
The train says, M train construction. This train will only run 4 stops. I had 15 stops to go to get to Times Square. So I'm like, damn it. And guess when it started?
When?
With this train. This was if I caught the one train before that, it would have went the whole way. So I'm like, I wasn't prepared for this. So I'm cool. It don't matter what happens, I'm cool. So, get off the train. And guess where the last stop is?
Where?
Marcy.
The project? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Marcy Project.
Yes.
So you stayed on the train? What happened?
I got off at Marcy Project. What do you mean? I got off at Marcy. Yes. I said, well, if I got to get off the train, why not get off at Marcy, which is in Brooklyn? Okay, cool. Wonderful. Okay, so if I thought Queens was bad.
Right. Like Marcy Projects though? Really?
Yes. So I
Wow.
get off, but I don't want anybody to think I'm from out of town.
So what
Right?
do you do?
I might look like food.
Right.
So I wanted people to think I was a little off. So I'm carrying my turntables, which is in a bag that looks like it could be a gun. And here's another thing that was funny that happened. Everywhere that I went, when I had my turntables, every time I sat my bag down, people instantly like froze up like, what's he doing? Like I didn't leave my bag. Like a couple of times I had to put in GPS for a couple different things. And I put my bag down. I went to a Starbucks. I put my bag down on a chair. I didn't get nothing out of Starbucks. I wanted to use their Wi-Fi. Because my phone died. Oh, that's a whole nother thing. My phone died, and I realized one of my apps was draining my battery on my phone. My phone dies while the GPS is on. So GPS is on. I had Instagram open, and then I was listening to a podcast. My battery was on 28%. I said, I could make it to Queens with 28% battery. No, but the GPS was running. So that shit died. Boom. GPS gone. So I had my other phone, which only works if it's connected to Wi-Fi. So I had to go into Starbucks to use the Wi-Fi so I could figure out the rest of the way where I had to go. Put the bag down on the chair. 3 people instantly stopped their conversation, just looked like.
That's because it does look like a rifle could be in that bag. Like a concealed weapon in that bag.
And I'm standing beside a sign that says, if you see something, say something. But anyway, whatever. I found out where the rest I had to go. So I had all my phones was fully charged, so we was good. But we in Marcy, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. And so, and shit is moving. Like Popeyes was open. It's
Really?
niggas standing in front of Popeyes working. Street working. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a bodega over here. I'm like, it's crazy that the bodega looks safer than Popeyes. So I go into the bodega, get some stuff out the bodega, and I pull up Uber. Go to Uber, find out, catch an Uber from there. And the Uber driver, the ride was mad expensive.
Wait, did he come? The Uber driver
He
came.
called me.
Near the Marcy Projects.
Yes.
The Uber driver
He
came.
came.
Oh, okay.
And then I got in the car, so he thought I was like Puerto Rican or something.
Yeah.
So he
get that a
instantly
lot.
goes into this whole Spanish routine. So what did I say? I didn't want to know if I was from out of town. And since he thought that I was Spanish, probably Dominican, I didn't want him to know that I wasn't. So I spoke to him in an accent.
What'd you say? You gotta say it in an accent, though. You can't just. How did you say it?
English, Holmes.
Oh, that's how you did it.
Yeah, so he was like, cool. So then we spoke the rest of the way in English.
With no accent, though.
Huh?
Did you speak English with an accent?
I just gave him a little bit, just little words.
Just a little. Okay.
See.
Okay. I got it. Okay.
No.
Okay. I see.
Mommy. You know, he's like, just a
little something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
all
we
right.
don't really have a conversation. He was talking.
Okay.
But yeah. So it was cool. Get to Madison Square Gardens. I was hungry at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's really open except for what do you call like the food trucks.
The food trucks?
Yeah, it was probably 15 food trucks open.
Okay.
But all the food, it was like, you know how you put like hot dogs in something? Mm-hmm. They had everything piled up. Like, they had all this bacon piled up, all these hot dogs, burgers. It was all piled up. And it wasn't like in the back part. It was like right in the front part. Like, you could see it. Like, it's right there. Like, you'd be like, I want this patty. It was too close. And I said, I'll fuck around, get one of these, get sick. I said, nah, I'm good. I looked at everybody, and all did it the same way. So I said, fuck it. All right, I can't fuck with them.
Streetcar food is the best food in New York, though. You know that, right? That's what they call them, streetcars.
I think it was too late. This was on a late shift.
Oh.
So the late shift, so it's like 2:40 now. So the late shift, they had no regard for food regulations.
Oh.
So I said, nah, I'm going to do something safer.
Okay.
I'm going to get a croissant from Dunkin' Donuts. That's safe. Go into Dunkin' Donuts, which is in Penn Station. I got a croissant with sausage and cheese. No egg. Because that's not a real fucking egg. Whatever the fuck they was putting on there. I take a bite of the sandwich. Mm-hmm. I was so hungry, I ate while I was leaving Dunkin' Donuts. I took the first bite before I left Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay.
I never do that. Like, you got your food to go. Mm-hmm. Usually you don't, maybe you eat a fry. But as soon as I leave, like walking out, two mice instantly crisscrossed me, completely rudely. They didn't even stop. They just ran across me real quick.
Wait, across your feet?
No, right in front of my walkway. You know how if somebody getting cross your path?
Right.
Two mice crossed my path.
In Dunkin' Donuts.
In Dunkin' Donuts. I didn't leave yet.
But you already had
I already ate it.
You already ate it?
Fuck it.
It's too late.
Yeah,
it's too late.
It's too late.
Dirty food is the best food. It tastes the best.
Yeah, so whatever. I mean,
it just
it was
tastes
like
the best.
it was like forbidden food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I stand and wait and get on the train. That's all good. Train was good because I was praying that I get a seat by myself and nobody sitting beside me. Cool. Got that. On the train, roll out, 3:30. Took me like 15 minutes to fall asleep. They had the heat on hell. Fell asleep.
It was cold out though. It was like
I
0
wake up.
degrees.
I'm in Philly. I'm like, okay. I got about 40 minutes before we hit Baltimore. Fall asleep again. I wake up. I'm in some place called New Carrollton. I don't know where the fuck that is. It's in Maryland, but I never been there before. So I'm like, excuse me, Amtrak lady. How many stops till Baltimore? She said, that was 3 stops ago. You gonna have to get on the train, hop the train, catch the next one, back up. Stay awake, stay woke, brother.
Stay woke had a whole new meaning that night.
So it was all good. So I did the next thing, topped off with back Baltimore. All right, cool. So that was my last couple days. Mm-hmm. So in the whole mix, and I'm going somewhere. I try not to miss anything. So I saw initially when it was announced that Kevin Hart was hosting what was he hosting? The Oscars?
Yep, the Oscars.
All right. So Kevin Hart hosting the Oscars. I think that's cool. Kevin Hart is a big comedian, actor, producer, right? Mm-hmm. From Philly. And I think that he is a major star. So it makes sense for Kevin Hart to host the Oscars. So then all of a sudden, I don't know how it happened. Then he's not hosting the Oscars. He says he's stepping down. And I'm like, I was only in New York for 24 hours. Not even 24 hours, 12 hours. What the hell happened? And so as we dive into this, some people are upset because he said some words or whatever that offended some people in the LGBTQ community. And so that brings us to today's topic. So I want to talk about first definitions of words. We want to take a little dive into this, and it don't have to be a deep dive, but it needs to be a dive enough for us to understand. The word homophobia, homophobic, comes from the Latin, but we ain't gonna go there. We're gonna go into, first of all, the definition of phobia. Phobia. You say arachnophobia. What other phobias you have? I don't know. But you say arachnophobia is the main one that comes to my mind.
Right. Yeah.
But if you use the word phobia, you'll say you have a phobia about this. You have a phobia about that. Phobia. So what does phobia mean? What does phobia mean? Do you know what phobia means?
It's when you have the fear of something. Like
Absolutely.
you're fearful of something.
Absolutely. Phobia is fear. They already say it comes from the Latin. No, not Aladdin. That's the Latin. Never mind. Okay, so phobia is an extreme or irrational fear or aversion of something.
So like you're horrified.
Yes.
Because it's extreme.
Like, oh my
you're
God,
like,
no.
Yes.
I gotta take the
Exactly.
stairs. I have a phobia of elevators.
Right.
Now, when you say I have a phobia of elevators, that doesn't necessarily mean that you hate elevator riders. Anybody who rides the elevator, you hate them. It just means you yourself don't care for riding in elevators, usually being in a confined space. Now, when you say, oh my God, I'm scared of spiders, I hate spiders, it doesn't mean like you hate. It just means you dislike spiders because you're scared of them. The root word here is fear. Fearful of. Now, that brings us to homophobia. I'm going to go back to Kevin Hart. Now, they are accusing Kevin Hart of being homophobic. Now, we're going to get into some double standards about this down the line. But when people say that, homophobia, oh, you're homophobic, he's homophobic, you're homophobic. Going back to the definition of the word homophobia or phobia, that means that you would have to have a fear of people who are homosexual, right? Using the definition of the word from the Latin, You can't make another definition. You can't take this word and make it mean something else. Now, phobia means TVs. You can't do that. You can't make it, you can't take away the fear part.
Horrified, actually.
Right. Like,
not.
oh my God.
Yes. Exactly.
No, people don't be like that. Now, what frequently happens is someone will say, I don't like this, or I don't like that. And the sheer mention of the dislike of something that's related to a homosexual person, some organizations label that as homophobia. And it's not. That's not the same definition. We talked about, I rode the M train, which is the subway. I can't make that be the bus. It was the subway. That's what it is. I can't change that. You cannot change the definition of phobia to make it mean something else. Now, if I say I don't like Friends, the show Friends, because I don't like it. I never liked it. Wasn't my thing. But, so if I say, oh my God, are you watching Friends? I don't like the show Friends, right? That doesn't mean that I fear Friends. Doesn't mean that I dislike the show. But if you watch Friends and I don't, I'm not passing any judgment on you. I'm speaking about me specifically. I don't like that show, right? If I say, and this is what one of the things that Kevin Hart said. Kevin Hart said that he would do anything in his power to make sure his son was not gay. Okay? Now, I don't have any children, but if I made that statement, I don't think that that comes from a place of fearing gay people. I think that that's a statement that he made because that's how he feels that he wants his son to be heterosexual. Because Kevin Hart's heterosexual and he wants his son to be that way. That's not a fear of, oh my God, I'm scared. It's a desire. It's an opinion that he has. Just like if he says, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure my son is not a criminal. He is saying that. That doesn't mean that A, his son's not going to be a criminal. It doesn't mean that A, his son is not going to be a homosexual. It's his desire. It's his thought. He hopes that this happens. We have a picture of Kevin Hart.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So he has this desire. I don't want my son to be a homosexual, right? That's what he said. And there are a lot of fathers who think that way, right? Mm-hmm. If I had a son, I would think that way too. The 7 years that I thought that I had a son, I was thinking in my mind that I just assumed that he was heterosexual. But if he was not, that wouldn't make him not my son. That wouldn't mean that I don't love him anymore. Just like his mother wanted him to be a lawyer. Newsflash. He's not going to be a lawyer. He doesn't want to be a lawyer. Does that mean, oh my God, you're no longer my son? No, but you can put it out there. You know what I mean? I hope to have a threesome. But if I don't have one, regular sex is fine. You know what I mean? Like threesome or nothing. No, it's not like that. You can put that in the atmosphere. You know what I mean? And so that's where we are. Is the statement, I would do everything in my power to make sure that my son is not gay. Is that fearful of gay people? Is that scared of gay people? Is that a hatred of gay people? What do you think? What do you think about that?
Do I think that that's well, in my opinion, I really think that the LGBTQ community sometimes can be a little sensitive.
Is your mic up?
It's
Say that one more time.
I think that the LGBTQ community can be a little sensitive sometimes.
Sensitive
Absolutely.
Like a girl?
Don't do it. Really?
I think that's the goal. I think that they're trying to be more in touch with the emotional side. So I think that that's probably a goal. But I agree with you. Here's my thing. You can't have it both ways. You can't say on one hand that you want something to be accepted, mainstream, and normal, and then be like super sensitive about everything. Because that's not normal.
I agree.
Because if we say normal, okay, guys, we make fun of each other. We talk about each other. We say, man, what you got that on for? That looks stupid.
Right.
That's not, and sometimes, and that's for another discussion, sometimes regular conversation gets labeled as bullying. That's not bullying. Yeah. It's expressing, yo, why you got that on? That looks stupid. That's not bullying if I say that, right? That's me saying, yo, you shouldn't wear that shirt. Right. Why do you have that? People used to say this to me, my friends. We used to get dressed sometimes all at one person's house, right? Mm-hmm. We would go shopping, go to the club, everybody bring their bags and stuff over to my house, and we would always leave from my house. Use the bathroom. I would always be dressed when they get there, and then they want to use the bathroom. Somebody's coming from work, somebody's coming from way on the east side, and so it's just, right. You know, we just get dressed in the same place. So sometimes they would say, yo, can you button up more of the buttons? Yo, don't wear, like, why the fuck you got the buttons open? You know, I'm trying to show my chain. What you talking about? It's like, yo, you always don't button your buttons past right here. And so I didn't get mad. It's not, you know what I'm saying?
Damn it. Right. You were trying to be sexy? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, and I would tell the same person who would be the loudest one to say that, he would always tuck his pants in, but he wouldn't have no belt. So I would say, yo, you gotta put a belt. Go get one of the belts out my room. Yo, you gotta put a fucking belt on. Okay. If you don't want to wear a belt, then don't put your shirt in your pants. I just think it looks crazy. Is that you beltless, but you acting like you got a belt on. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, to me, I look at that like somebody who, I have on sunglasses, right? Who doesn't have on sunglasses but keep doing like this.
You know what?
You ain't got no sunglasses, so why you doing like that?
Oh my gosh.
So that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
People talk. People say shit. We talk about each other. We will talk about each other's mothers, fathers, sisters. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Kevin Hart talks. Just think. He talks about handicaps. He everybody. Kevin Hart talks about everyone.
Yeah.
So why is it the LGBTQ community that's the calling him out? I guess.
I think it's because he's black. Personally.
Really?
We won't go further than that in a minute. Okay. But I don't want to leave this. I think that, okay, if I go to a playground with a child, I don't want to see two men kissing on the playground. That doesn't mean, that's not a homophobic statement. Because I also don't want to see a male and female tonguing each other down at the playground either. Right? There's a time and place for everything. And I don't think on the playground a bunch of little kids is the place for heterosexual over affection or homosexual over affection. You know what I'm saying? Like, a holding hands is fine on the playground. But I'm saying you don't need to be tonguing the bitch down and shit. Or you don't need to be tonguing your nigga down. That shit's whack right then. To me. Now, and it's not even about explaining it to the kid because they've seen evidence of this type of interaction. But even if it's a man and woman and he's fucking finger popping her, right? That's super heterosexual. You know what I mean? Son, this is the start of how you got here. It started with me finger popping your mother. I mean, this is true. This is how it started. This is your origin. It started from this finger right here. But we don't need to see that on the playground. No, it's not time for that, right? Mm-hmm. And if I don't want to see some guy jerking some other guy off in his pants by the fucking sliding board. I'm not being homophobic. That shit don't need to happen right there. And the shit's gross. But it don't need to happen right there either. And it's illegal. Yeah, it's weird. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, I was trying to give you the
indecent exposure. You get a ticket locked up.
No, he kept his pants on and he got his hands, he got loose pants on.
What?
Like the kind you rip off like that.
Oh my gosh. So he stuck his hands in his okay.
It's kind of dumb. You can't get a good jerk because it's like
right.
Whatever. So I'm just saying, shit that's not appropriate. Heterosexual people don't catch feelings like that. If you say, hey, y'all two, woman, man,
get a room.
Get a fucking room.
Right.
They're like, oh my God, you're heterophobic. No, they don't say that. You're right, we do need a room. You got some money. Or they might say,
right.
They say, my bad. Or they might say, mind your fucking business. This is my porch. On the east side, we only got 3 steps.
Ooh.
No, I mean, you know, they may say that. But
Right.
my point is there's a time and place for everything. That doesn't make that you are heterophobic. It doesn't mean that. Or does it? Does it mean that you're scared of heterosexual people?
Absolutely not.
No.
Why do we even have to label anything? Either
no,
one.
because
Homo, hetero.
Because, I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because of the double standards.
Ah.
Because my brothers and sisters in the LGBTQ community like labels when they give the label. But they don't like labels when they don't give the label. Because you got LGBT, LGBTQ, you got all these different words that they have accepted. But if somebody else gives them a label, oh my, what's with the labels, man? You double. All right. So that's where we're at. And if a gay couple says, I'm going to go out of my way, do everything I can to make sure that my child is not heterosexual, I don't give a fuck. Okay? Now, some white people who mind people's business a little too much may say, oh my God, you know, you can't raise that child to be this way. And they may try to jump in their business. But on average, most people don't give a fuck. Like, they wouldn't be offended. Like, heterosexuals wouldn't think this is an attack from the gay community on heterosexuals if that comment was made by a gay couple. You wouldn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I can already hear gay people right now saying, but heterosexual lifestyles in the mainstream and we're in the minority and some shit like that. But are you really? I don't even know if it's in the it's not in the closet anymore. It's mainstream. It's in cartoons. It's in fucking cartoons. It's super mainstream. My issue is this. I personally think that your sexual shit is your fucking business. Heterosexual people don't wear the shit on their fucking sleeves. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I think that in the fight for their rights, they do not know now how to act during peacetime. They just constantly at war. So you have people that are at war. When it's wartime, we're at war. Then when you sign the treaties,
that's the treaty.
Now begins the peace. Now we're at peacetime. Yo, LGBTQ, chill. We ain't at war no more. Y'all got rights than a motherfucker. Okay? Mm-hmm. The war is fucking over. Act like this is peacetime. Every time somebody makes a comment, every time somebody makes a statement, that's not a fucking attack. The LGBTQ mofos be ready for war. Kevin Hart said this, 8 years ago? He said this.
9 years ago.
Nigga gotta go. But does he really? Yeah. So he said that. He said a couple things, right? And the statement that I made was made during a comedy stand-up. Eddie Murphy said shit about gay people. Make jokes about gay people because, to be honest, sometimes you're funny. But heterosexual people, sometimes you're funny too. Yeah. That doesn't mean that a comedian has an abundance of things to talk about. You can talk about somebody that's gay. You can talk about somebody that's fat. You can talk about somebody that's skinny. You can talk about somebody that's asleep. You can talk about somebody that's awake. You can talk about abundance of people. But the only community that really comes down hard on this is the gay and lesbian community. Why? I want to know. Anybody know? Do you know?
No.
You don't know? All right, so we put this question out there, and I wanna read some of these comments and see if anything's good. Okay. So this is interesting. Let me see. All right, so I said, why do opinions about LGBTQ folks automatically get labeled as homophobic? That was a question that we put out there. Michael said the same reason black people throw a fit over anything remotely racist sounding, even when it's not. So let's keep in mind, that was a white guy that said that. But, and I knew it was going to happen.
Really?
I knew it was a white guy. It was. I knew it was going to happen. I knew, and because he personalized it so much, I'm wondering if he is gay. He personalized that a bit too much. So I think that while a black man was the first man, I think that the first gay man was a white man.
Okay.
I'm not saying that it's him. I'm just
Right.
saying
So wait a minute.
the first person in Sodom and Gomorrah was a white person.
What?
Yes.
What can you? So that's your conclusion.
The first recorded gay act happened by a white person.
Well,
I
that may be true. That may be true. That may be true. You think?
And I'm sure that these comments later, people gonna dig these comments up later.
Originate from somewhere, right?
If I'm hosting the Oscars, they're gonna dig this comment up and they're gonna use it against me. And I am not going to give a fuck. I'll host the BET Awards quick as a motherfucker. Okay, so all right, so that is that. So Carol says, "Yeah, you keeping it 100." That sounds like a black person.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Ella said, people are forcing the world to climb on board with this whole gay thing. There's nothing wrong with being gay. Be who you are, but don't force the issue. As soon as someone that is not comfortable with the gay movement speaks their own opinion, they are going to be marked or blackballed. The gay population has taken control over a large majority of the roles and positions and have a lot of input in the community. Like anything else, money and power and authority goes a long way. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
She tried to get deep and shit.
She did. Real deep.
Yeah, so that's cool. So I do have a problem when people try to link homosexual actions with the black experience.
Yeah. It's not the same.
I was talking about the what was it? What was the commercial? The old commercial where it says, "Whoa, slow down, cowpoke." Roy Rogers. It was Roy Rogers. Yeah. So here's my thing. So that's too much. Now you're going too far. Your sexual desires is not the same as the black experience, right?
Right.
They're not the same.
Nope.
Now, some of the people are going to say, well, you can't pick what race you are when you're born, and you can't pick whether you love a man or a woman. They may say that. That's not the road I'm trying to go down. I'm just trying to say that those experiences are not the same, right?
Right.
Your high school experience and being in the Beyonce fan club is not the same. Like, they're completely different, right? Like, I wanted to really have some shit that was completely misaligned. It's not the same thing. But they try to claim that it is the same thing because they want to get some other label. I'm assuming they want to get some other benefit. There's no more benefits that you can get. You've gotten all of the gay people can get married, right?
Right.
I don't even think that you can openly discriminate against a gay person without there being some type of consequences and repercussions. Now, I'm not saying that you should be discriminated against. I'm just saying that people can have feelings about black people. Now, if you say, I'm not hiring you on this job because you're black, that's fucked up. If somebody says, I'm not hiring you on this job because you are gay, that's fucked up. Which one happens more often?
The first one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know any people that say, I'm not hiring you because you're gay.
Right. Yeah.
There are a lot of gay people that are black or white or whatever. And generally speaking, I think that one thing about the gay and lesbian community is they look out for each other a lot. I think they kind of click up. You know what I'm saying? That's cool, fine, wonderful. But if you feel like you're being discriminated against because of your orientation or your sexual desires, You know, that may or may not be true, depending on what. So if heterosexual guys don't really talk to you that much, right? That may be for various reasons. But the biggest issue that me as a straight guy has with people who over sexualize things, right? Like the flamboyantness, that ain't you, fam. You doing too much. Like, you can be you, like, take it how you take it, right? But you ain't gotta walk down the street like spinning around like it's a fashion show when you going to fucking get the mail out the mailbox. Like, that's too much, right? If a girl is going to the mailbox and she's acting like she's on a fashion show down the runway, I would say that's too much. You know what I mean? Like, you don't gotta get dressed, put on some high heels, beat your face to walk down the street.
I don't though?
No, I'm saying you ain't gotta do that.
Oh. Okay.
And if you do it, it's fine. You're just doing too much.
Oh, okay.
And if the boy wants to do it, that's too much too. If I say something is too much, that does not mean I'm being phobia, yo. I'm not.
Because it applies to heterosexual and homosexual.
Absolutely.
Right.
Let me tell you this. All heterosexual people, we don't exclusively have opinions about gay people. We have opinions about every fucking thing.
This is true.
We don't like that. We don't like that. I don't like that shirt. I don't like the trash man's smell. You know what I'm saying? But we need the trash people to pick the shit up. But the fucking truck smells like shit. But we still need the shit to work. And, you know, you have an opinion on it. So the opinion, it gets fucking mislabeled. It gets fucking mislabeled. And it's fucking sickening. It's sickening. Because you can't on one hand say, treat us like you treat anybody else.
Right.
And then when we treat you like we treat anybody else, which means if you do some dumb shit, we want to talk about you.
Right.
If you wear some dumb shit, we want to talk about you. Why the fuck she got that on? Oh, she's gay. You're being homophobic. No, I'm not. That's an ugly fucking dress.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, why the fuck you got that on? He's gay. You being homophobic. No, I'm not. You look dumb as shit, my nigga.
Right.
The same thing I would say to the straight guy. Yo, why the fuck you wearing that? Same thing. So you can't have it both fucking ways. If you want to be treated equal, that means you equally can get criticized. And you can't fucking make up a word and fucking make the definition be what you want it to be and still get treated the same and still get treated right. Bye, Kevin Hart. You can get rid of Kevin Hart.
Okay.
That is a bad picture of him. You're right. So Kevin Hart should not have stepped down. But I think the reason why he stepped down is because he was like, you know what? I don't need this shit. I'm just being able to sleep in the fucking bed again, and then y'all bring up this gay shit. So he probably said, fuck that shit. My wife is just taking me back a little bit. You know what I mean? So he stepped down because he said he did not want to be the focal point and take the focus away from the Oscar winners. That's what he said. But he probably was like, fuck this shit. I don't need this shit. I don't need the money.
He doesn't.
I don't need y'all platform. Mm-mm. And the GLAAD people, you know what GLAAD is, right?
No, what does GLAAD stand for? Tell us what GLAAD stands for.
You don't know what GLAAD stands for?
Nope. The trash bags?
Yeah, no. Okay.
Just
no. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
The GLAAD is an organization that is for the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation. Okay? So they're like the
that's a mouthful. Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Against defamation of
kind of a pause, yeah.
the character of gay and lesbians. Is that what when you say defamation? That's what it means, right?
Huh?
When you say defamation of gay and lesbians, that's what it means. Like,
yes.
Okay.
So
right.
whenever some shit goes down,
okay,
they are the organization who comes out and talks about how they were treated. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the NAACP for the gay and lesbian community.
Got it. Understood.
Right?
Okay. All right.
But the difference between GLAAD and the NAACP is GLAAD holds a lot more weight than the NAACP. And that's a sad
I was trying to say, I don't know if that's a good thing, but okay.
That's a sad state of affairs. And here's why, though. And I don't want to get too sidetracked because I can. That's a whole nother thing that I'd like to address at another time.
Yeah.
But the NAACP has that's my grandmother's organization.
Okay.
They didn't speed up. They may have a website.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, they seem like they have. Okay,
They're
name,
frozen.
You know what the name stands for?
Enlighten us.
Do you know what the name stands for? Yes or no?
Yes, I do, but you need to let people
Here's
know
the problem with the NAACP. The name is the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Whoa, that's so 1960s. Why do you talk like that? Right?
So you think it should change the name?
Yeah, it's time.
Okay.
It's time because how can you connect with the people you need to connect with if, you know what I mean, there's no connection there.
Right.
I'm not saying it need to be the national organization for people that want to be lit. I'm not saying it need to be that. You know what I'm saying?
That is hot though. I like that. Okay.
Niggas trying to steal my shit now.
I like that. They are. They gonna try to steal it.
I'm just saying, it ain't gotta be trendy like that. You're like, okay, man, in the early 2000s, we was a national association of people that want to be drunk. And now we lit.
Right.
Next year, we gonna be in some other shit. No, I'm not saying that. And then in the 80s, it was a national organization of people that want to be fresh and deaf.
Right.
No, I'm not saying that. No.
Okay.
I'm just saying, it don't need to be a trendy name, but, you know, hey, colored folk.
A name that has evolved with the time.
Yeah. Okay. I'm saying there's something on some weed in the hole. I'm not saying that. There's songs be like that.
What dude? Old Negro spirituals? I like that. Okay.
Their performance don't have to be like, oh, like, they ain't gotta be that. But you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We gotta update this shit, man.
I agree. Then
they took a hit when the white girl was masking as the black girl, and she had some kind of power. That's like, yo, shit, security is really faulty over at the NAACP.
Yeah, pretty much. Wait a minute. What were they supposed to do? Genetic testing? I mean, she looked like.
No, she just got her hair braided.
Well,
that was it. She was like, what was the?
She just could have been fair skinned.
What's the Kevin Hart movie where he was braiding what's the name hair? She was like, well, that kind of shit. You know what I'm talking about?
No, what?
What was the movie where he's braiding Will Ferrell hair on the cover?
I'm sorry, I don't recall. I can't
it's
recall.
Called Get Hard. I think it's.
It
is.
Yeah. I missed that movie.
She was on that shit. But I mean, I don't want any people to get offended. Stop being so damn sensitive. Like, people is letting you live. Like they good. Like, okay, like you do you. I personally, and I was saying this earlier, and I got off track. I think that who you fuck is your fucking business. You and the person you're fucking, right?
Agreed.
Everybody, the one she don't need to know whether you gay or not, but the person you fucking does need to know that, right?
Yep.
So you fuck a lot of people, that means a lot of people gonna know. But I'm just saying, generally speaking, if I'm on the bus, I don't need to be able to be like, oh shit, that nigga gay. I don't need to know that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need to know that. Which means like they're doing too much. Like we can't make the world one big happy fucking rainbow, right? You have rainbow in your house, right? Your house can be the fucking spot, the rainbow spot. And when I say rainbow, I just mean like everybody's gay. You know what I mean? And just like, and it's all over the place. Like, I mean, it's cool, but why? Like as heterosexual people, like, you know what I mean? We don't just constantly talk about fuck. Like every fucking 5 minutes, do we? I don't. Maybe some places, but generally speaking,
depends on where you live.
You know, generally speaking, you know, I can't speak for the East Side, but am I talking crazy? I do it sometimes. Am I talking crazy right now?
No, I don't think so. I agree with you 100%.
So do you feel, is there a such thing as homophobia?
In people's minds, it's a such thing as homophobia,
no,
but I don't think people are horrified of the LGBT community, because that's what that means, that you're horrified of them. Like you know when you see them, you shake, you quiver, you stop your whole life. People who have phobias, it's a way of life for some of them. It's not just okay, I'm just scared. It's I can't walk on, it's a weird thing, but I cannot walk on the cracks of this street, so I will stay in my house. That's what phobia means.
Okay.
And I don't think that there are people out here who have
phobias. I dated this girl who had a phobia of bridges.
That's a real phobia.
No,
like
that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah, that's
so
serious.
I didn't realize that it was real. Okay.
Yeah.
So she had a phobia of bridges. She could not drive over a bridge. Mm-hmm. So if she's behind the wheel, she's fucking freaking out. She's, you know what I mean? It's like,
right.
You feel like we want to crash because she don't have control of this fucking vehicle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then so we got into a heated argument once. So she was like, the traffic was real crazy. So it was like, all right, take this detour here. And it took us over some, I didn't call it a bridge. She called it a bridge. So so it turns to any type of elevation.
Yeah, exactly.
That's, kind of crazy, and it gets real skinny with the street.
Exactly.
She got freaked out. You took me this way. You know I'm scared of bridges. This ain't no fucking bridge. So we go, wait, she pull over. I gotta drive. It's a whole shit.
Right.
People are not like that about gay people.
Right. Exactly. No, I agree.
Now, some people may be in the comment section and say that there's levels. There is levels to the shit. So you may not be at that point, but you may be at a point right under it. You may not. I haven't met anybody who's like, oh my God, I can't be around gay people. Like, I haven't met that. I mean, you just keep the shit away from me. You know what I mean? Just like, you can do what the fuck you want to do. You know what I mean? But I just don't think, I think that it gets misclassified.
I agree.
And it's a sensitivity level. And so you can't check them. Like, you can't check a gay person. And if you check a gay person, you being homophobic.
Right. Exactly. So, going back to the person, this is levels. Okay. So there are levels, but that doesn't mean the first level is homophobia. You know what I mean? It may be, okay. Right. It might be a little bit like, okay, I may not like that a little bit, but it shouldn't go straight to homophobia. That's the problem. Everything is going straight there.
Now, there was a time, and I'm sure that people will say that some homosexual people have been persecuted. Some people were, rolled up and beat them up or done something to them. And that it's unfortunate.
Absolutely.
But a lot more heterosexual people have been rolled up on and beat up than gay people.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's true.
It happens every day, my nigga. Every day.
Yeah.
Every day when I was in middle school, people got banked. And those was heterosexual people, mostly speaking.
Right.
I'm not saying gay people wasn't out back then, but we just didn't know a lot. They was in the closet, right? Now they out.
Right.
Now it's too far. I think we've gone too far. First it was too far this way. Now it'll be way too far this way. We need to get back to a middle ground with some normalcy here.
Right.
In the middle. It doesn't need to be 0 gay people or -1, but it doesn't need to be like every time you ladies pick 4 bad dudes, the 5th one doesn't need to be a girl at this point. You're not gay at that point. That fucking happens, right? Like, how the fuck is she gay? When did she turn gay? I'm tired of these niggas. 5 niggas fucked me over. 6th one is this fucking girl right here.
That's a whole okay. So that's a whole nother show. Yeah. That's a whole nother show, right?
I need to get that
that's
shit
a
off
whole
my chest.
nother show. That's a whole nother show.
Because there's a lot of girls out here that's not really gay.
Oh.
They mad and they want a sensitive guy. So they got a girl who looks like a guy who has female emotions.
That's another show. That's a whole show.
Damn,
that's a whole
But I'm not
show.
scared of that girl because some of them girls is my friends. And 3 of them girls is my cousins. In real life, I have a cousin girl who's boy. And her mother is girl. But she looks like a boy also. But she identifies as a girl, I think. I've never seen it with a man. But, yeah.
That's a whole nother show.
Oh, another story. I'm not going to ever talk about her, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean? And it's not a fear or phobia. I like her. She's cool. She make macaroni and cheese real good. And she's my cousin.
Right. You love her.
My mother's my aunt.
Right. You love them.
But they both identify as men. Right? It's weird. Yeah. My sister, her husband's family, they have 2 twin gay people. Random, I know. All right. That's so serious. Okay, so I made jokes about gay people. I didn't make no jokes about heterosexual people.
You already get in trouble. They're going to pull this tape up. We talked about this. I don't know, BET, Oscars. This is what? The 2012, 8 2018, they're gonna look back in about 5 years when they ask you to host some stuff,
Shit
and they're
gonna
gonna
be
pull
different.
this
Shit
up.
gonna be
They're
different
gonna pull this up like
Shit gonna be different
Diamond
then.
K. It's gonna be different how?
No, it's
How
gonna be
would
some
you?
gay person to do it.
Oh,
Some gay person gonna pull it up, because they pull it up. And so two things before we get out.
What you gonna be their co-host?
No.
okay.
No, my thing is this. If you sign me up to do it, I'll do it. Mm-hmm. But if you start talking some dumb shit, that happens with shows. We'll sign up a show. You do a couple shows, I'll be like, yo, this shit ain't gonna work out, my nigga.
Yes, you do.
And that's it. And we done. And there's no hard feelings. So if I sign on to do a show and they pull up this tape and say, hey, we don't like what you said about gay people. Okay. Right? You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool.
Well, I like the way that Kevin Hart handled the situation.
Yeah, I mean, because he's like, man, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
I don't think you should have stepped down.
He handled it very classy.
On the other hand, he could have got that. I would have went out and got the money.
He doesn't need that money.
No, you don't need nothing. If that's
Right.
the case,
No.
then do every show for free then.
No, I'm talking about
It's
this
not about
particular.
need
It's
at
about
this point.
principle with this one. It's like, nah, I just think it was very classy, the way, very mature, and I have a different respect for Kevin Hart after the way he handled this.
Speaking of this, two things I want to touch on. Okay, so we talked about Kevin Hart. Now, here's somebody that does not get enough respect. Is this thing on?
No, it's not. If
Okay.
you get ready to talk about who,
Nick Cannon.
now it's on.
I usually, before maybe the last 2 years, I didn't like Nick Cannon.
Why?
Because I felt like Nick Cannon took two girls that I liked. I didn't look at it like now I look at it like we just got the same taste in women.
Okay.
But back then, when he was dating Christina Milian, I wasn't fucking with him.
Okay.
Because I liked her. Mm-hmm. Oh, she dating this drumline ass nigga.
I like
Really?
Drumline. I watch that movie every time it come on. Don't do
She
that.
really dating this love don't cost a thing nigga.
Oh my god, I didn't like
And I
that.
didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they broke up. Mm-hmm. And she fell off. Then I was cool again. Whatever. But he still was drumline.
Yeah.
Then he did what really got him on my bad side.
Mm-hmm. Tell us about it.
What Nick Cannon did to get on my bad side was not only date, but impregnate and marry Mariah Carey.
Oh,
I like Mariah Carey.
I know.
I told my mother once, about 5 years ago, because she said something about Mariah Carey. She don't care for Mariah Carey. And I said, well, you better be lucky. I never ran into her because she would be sitting at this table right now.
Wow.
That's what she said. So she was like, wow, okay. I'm glad you never met that bitch. But anyway, so I said that. But since he's broken from Mariah Carey, I have seen a maturity level in him that is commendable. His business sense. If you listen to interviews with him, he is like on point. Another thing he did, or another thing that happened in relation to him. I was dating this girl one time, and he came to town. This is around the time that his rap career started.
Is what?
His rap career.
Okay.
And he was in D.C. and he had braids at this point, and he needed a girl to braid his hair. Mm-hmm. And his stylist knew the girl I was dating. And she was all pumped up. I'm going to go braid Nick Cannon's hair. I'm going to go braid Nick Cannon's hair. And I was just like, you getting too excited, my nigga. Like, fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And but that's how people get in situations. Because, like, hood ass niggas be like, well, I'm going to fuck that nigga up type of shit. My girl getting too excited. I was just like, fuck it. You know what I mean? But it was just, whatever. Then he got some other girl braiding his hair anyway. So then she was mad. But hold up a story. I said, see, he's fucking Nick Cannon. Exactly.
Oh, my gosh.
Now I'm taking you full circle. As to say, here's another. The way he handled the situation with the game show, I like that. He said his little joke. They got a little pissed off. Fuck, America's Got Talent, I think, or something. One of them shows, right? Cool. He handles shit well. He handles his business well. So when this whole thing went on with Kevin Hart, Nick Cannon said that he wanted to remind people of the double standards that happen and some of their sweethearts that have said things that could be labeled as homophobic, but they don't get no backlash because these were white girls, right? So Chelsea Handler, Sarah Silverman, Amy Schumer. You know who any of these people are?
Yes.
Do you know all of them?
Amy Schumer. I like her movies. Chelsea Handler.
Right.
Not familiar with her.
All right. So Chelsea Handler is a comedian. She's a white girl. Dated 50 Cent for a period of time.
No. Are you
kidding?
She's
older. She's
okay.
older than him. You seen her before?
I don't.
Yeah. So she had a talk show. She's funny.
Okay.
Right? And so she tweeted this.
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Yep.
This is what a fag bird likes when he flexes.
What? She tweeted that?
Yes, and then she tweeted a photo.
No.
She tweeted a photo. Nobody said nothing. She's hosted mad shit. She done hosted mad shit.
And I'm quite sure it was 9 years or 8 years ago. That was recent.
It was way more recent than that.
Oh my gosh.
Where
was Glad then?
Well, I mean,
I'm just saying.
It was way more recent than that.
Wow.
So, okay. And so Sarah Silverman said, I don't mean this in a hateful way, but the new Bachelorette is a faggot.
She tweeted that?
Sarah Silverman.
Wow.
She tweeted that.
That's awful.
Okay. Now,
that's
there's more.
wait, that's worse than what he.
More.
Okay.
There's more.
Okay.
Amy Schumer.
Oh,
Amy Schumer said, enjoy sky fall fags. I'm about to get knee deep in Helen Hunt.
No.
Hashtag the sessions.
I like her. I'm surprised at her.
Now,
I think I might be.
So he said he wasn't trying to shame these comedians for the words. He's just highlighting the hypocrisy in both entertainment and the public. True. Now, being politically correct is fine, right? Comedy is comedy. I think it's subjective and all of that. But,
So if these women were black comedians, there would be an issue, you're saying? Mm-hmm. I agree. Mm-hmm. I agree. Yep. That's true.
If it was Tiffany Haddish, she would have problems.
Right. Absolutely.
If it was Monique, she would have problems.
Right. I agree.
So, stay woke, my nigga. But yeah, so what should money be taken from them because they said that? No, I don't think so.
No.
But I think it has to be evenly across the board.
Right.
It has to be evenly across the board.
I agree with that.
Or wipe the damn board off and fuck the board.
Right. Who's keeping count? It shouldn't even be a score. Just,
So, that's how I feel about that.
Right.
But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at The Dami K Show, at RadioOnFire. Of course, you become a VIP member at RadioOnFire.com/join. And so we're going to be rolling out a lot of big things for our members. But we will talk more about that much later. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Cast your votes right now for the 8th Annual Baltimore Music Awards.
The Baltimore Music Awards is something that's thrown every year to acknowledge you. Yes, you out there for your talents and your efforts and your achievements that you do.
You decide the winners in this 2018 competition.
Every year when it comes to music, entertainment, radio personality, model, or from any of that perspective, we're here to celebrate you. And, it's funny because when this first started 8 years ago, a lot of people thought that it couldn't happen.
8th Annual Baltimore Music Awards.
We need to acknowledge our people out there, but in our own community, it was something needed.
Watch the results show Sunday, December the 16th at 12 noon via RadioOnFire.com or BaltimoreMusicAwards.com.